Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching and for subscribing. And if you're just visiting, please consider subscribing. So it is time for my first declutter of 2023. Yes, declutters are still happening. I'm still in the process of curating my collection. It is definitely getting much closer to the point where, I'm pretty much happy with everything else, but some declutters still have to happen, although I think at this point, they will definitely not be happening very often. So I think this year, most likely there will be 2 declutters, I think. Maybe 3, if I have some really unsuccessful blind buys, which hopefully I won't. But anyways, right now, let's start with the first declutter of this year. And as always, there are some fragrances that have already left. There are some that I still have here, which I'm going to show you and very, very briefly go over the reasons why they left. I can't remember exactly how many fragrances are in this declutter, at least 20 for sure, most likely even a little bit more than 20. Okay, first one, I don't have already. And when I first got this fragrance, and I actually did a dedicated video on it, I never thought that it was going to be decluttered. I really, truly believed that it was staying in my collection. And that is Kylie Vanilla Royale Patchouli, whatever that long name is. When I did that video, I spoke very highly about it and I really meant it at that time. Now, at that point, I've had a chance to wear it for 1 full day. And the scent of the fragrance, I stand by completely. I loved it. I think it's the most interesting scent profile from Kylie that we've seen so far. I loved it. And I said in that video that performance was pretty good. Well, a strange thing happened. After that first wear, I've tried wearing it multiple times again. And something happened. Performance was abysmal. It was so bad. It would not last on me at all, like half an hour, and I cannot smell it. I don't know. I at some point thought I was going crazy, but then, I've actually heard another reviewer, Julia, say something very similar. The first time she tried it, it performed really well. And then after that, the performance was really bad. And that is exactly what happened to me. So as many times as I've tried wearing it, it just didn't work. It just didn't last on me at all. So it had to leave, unfortunately, because I loved the scent profile. Okay, second one. Now this one you haven't seen in any of my hauls yet. It actually just arrived like a week or so ago. And I don't know what possessed me to get this fragrance. It was a blind buy, and unfortunately it was an unsuccessful blind buy. So I am talking about Eilish by Billie Eilish. I don't know, when this fragrance first came out, I had no interest in it. I thought, okay, the bottle looked really weird. And then, the more I thought about it, the more, I saw the bottle, I thought, no, this bottle is actually kind of cool. And I have to tell you, holding it in my hands, I do think the bottle is really interesting and really cool. Now, when you open it, it starts looking a little bit plasticky and cheap. I won't lie to you, but when it's closed, I actually think it looks quite beautiful. Unfortunately, the scent is not good. Like it's kind of vanilla with cocoa, maybe with a little bit of fruits, but it has very kind of cheap chemical smell to it. Yeah, there's no way around it. To me, it smells very synthetic, kind of very cheap, not good quality fragrance. And I thought because this is vanilla heavy scent, I was going to love it, but I really don't. So yeah, this one is going right away into the declutter pile. Okay, next I have some fragrances that have already left. So obviously I will be putting up pictures of these. So first one we have is Raw Cherry by Erin Terrence Hughes. Now, Again, this is a fragrance where I really enjoyed the scent profile. It's a beautiful cherry scent. However, I have a few other cherry scents that I really prefer. And when I'm in a mood to use a cherry scent, I gravitate towards those, and I never reached for raw cherry. So unfortunately, for that reason, I thought, well, if I'm not reaching for it, then it needs to find a new home. Now, next one we have is Chabaud. I hope I pronounced it correctly. And this is Lait de Biscuit, I think. Yeah. I don't think some of you will be surprised, because I kind of did a video a while back. Can't remember exactly what I called, but maybe some unsuccessful blind buys or something like that. And I did mention that fragrance in that video. Not because I didn't like it, but because I found it slightly boring. You know, it's kind of biscuity, vanilla sweet type of scent. Nice, but nothing to write home about. And so for that reason, it left. I'm also decluttering the second one from Chabaud that I have, and this is Lait Concentrate. This one smells like condensed milk to me. Again, nice. This one I actually like a little bit more than the other one. Nice, but a little too simple, a little too boring, kind of, again, slightly cheaply made bottle. I have these 30 ml bottles. The cap is very plasticky, kind of screechy. I don't know. They're nice, but I think I have better fragrances in the scent profile in my collection. And so there's really no need to keep them. Next one that left already is from Olfactive Studio, and this is Still Life in Rio. Now, this fragrance is kind of in the same category as Virgin Island Water from Creed, as Malibu from Simone Andreoli, you know, that kind of mojito, exotic drink, you know, coconut, lime, rum, whatever. And you know, my love for Malibu Party in the Bay, I also enjoy Virgin Island Water. And this one was kind of getting left behind. I just didn't reach for it. I would always reach for the other two, mostly Malibu, to be honest, recently. And so I just didn't use the other one. And so I decided it needs to find a better home. Now, next one that left is Sunset Hour from Goldfield and Banks. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with that one. That's kind of a sweet, fruity scent that sort of, like, it smells differently, but it always reminded me of Passoir from BDK. It kind of gives me the same vibe. It puts me in the same mood. And I really loved Passoir, and Sunset Hour, I don't know, there was always something that I liked a lot, but at the same time, something that really bothered me about that scent. I don't know how to describe it. The point is, I never reached for it. I got it, I think in the spring of last year. And to be honest, I used it once and I just didn't want to reach for it. So that one left as well. Next one that left is Hidden Accords from Unique Luxury. And scent profile, absolutely loved. Beautiful performance, as with most Unique Luxury fragrances. The problem with this one is that it was way too close to 100 Silent Ways from Nishane, you know, and that one has been my favorite for very long time. I still absolutely love it. And so again, when I wanted to use something that smelled like that, I would always reach for 100 Silent Ways, and Hidden Accords would just stand there. So because it was too close, I let it go. The next one that left is 1270 from Frappon. This is kind of boozy, syrupy, pineapple type of scent. Again, really loved it in theory, really loved opening the bottle and smelling it, but never used it, so it's gone. Next one that left is the one that didn't stay in my collection too long. And again, I've spoken about it. I don't think this will come as a surprise. This was kind of a failed blind buy. It is Velvet Rouge from Arte Perfumi. You know, this is a fragrance that's this coffee and chili pepper scent, but chili pepper was just so strong. It was like, overpowering this scent completely. There was barely any coffee, barely anything else. It was just too spicy, too peppery for me. I really wanted to get along with this scent. I really tried, but at the end of the day, we just never became friends. And so we had to part ways. Okay, next two are a bit of a surprise. There's one fragrance from Lancome private line that I let go, and it is Pivot Printemps. This is again kind of peony rose with a little bit of, I think, red pepper type of scent. Really lovely peony scent. I have quite a few peony scents because it's my favorite floral note. And again, this one just kind of got left behind. You know, I preferred using other scents that I have, like In Love Again from YSL, or Last in Paradise from Ex Nihilo, you know, or a few others that I have where peony is a prominent note, and this one just didn't get any love from me. So, you know, as much as I love this private collection of Lancome, I just couldn't keep it. The next one is Tamarindo from Memo. You know, again, I think I mentioned in another video that as much as I like the scent, I am just not using it. I, again, don't know why. I just never reached for this scent. I just never wanted to reach for it. Don't know why, but you know, it's been standing around long enough. I've had it for over a year. And again, in that time, I think I worn it once. So there was just no reason to keep it any longer. So we definitely parted ways. Okay, next one is Amber Absolutely from Fort and Manley. This is a really sweet, honey-like amber scent. Beautiful amber scent. I actually thought it's quite unique, at least to my collection. You know, I have a number of amber scents, but none of them have that really strong honey vibe. So I really liked it, and I thought it was quite unique, but again, I never wanted to reach for it. Perhaps the honey was slightly overpowering for me. It's like, you know, I also have a number of honey scents that I really enjoy, and when I'm looking for something like that, I would reach for other scents. And when I wanted more ambery perfume, again, I would reach for other ambers. And again, this one, perhaps because it had, you know, these two really strong sides to it, like honey and amber, it kind of, again, got left behind. I never used it, so I decluttered it. Okay, next one. I held on to this one for a long time for really no reason other than I think it is discontinued, and I kind of felt it's, you know, it's a bit of a classic and I should have it, but finally I realized no, not good reasons to keep it, so it needs to go, and that is Terracotta from Guerlain. Yeah, it's a heavily white floral scent that also has some coconut. It has that, you know, suntan lotion, beachy type of vibe. Overall, I do enjoy the type of vibe, but in this case, there are too many white florals, just too many. I didn't enjoy it. Like I said, I kept it just because I thought it was a classic, because it's hard to find. So many people are after it, but no, those are not good reasons to keep it. If I'm not using it, it has to go. And another fragrance that I kept for a similar reason, because, you know, it was actually really hard for me to find, and I got it quite a while ago. And after I got it, I didn't really use it, you know. Now, I did enjoy the scent profile a lot more than in Terracotta, but still, it wasn't something that I reached for, and I only kept it because it is discontinued and it is so hard to find. I'm talking about Gucci 2 from Gucci. I had a little 30 ml bottle that I've used a few times, but it didn't last really well on me. You know, it disappeared pretty quickly. The scent profile is really lovely. It's this kind of, to me, it's this black currant tea type of scent that's not too sweet. But again, nothing that I really wanted to use. I think in this case, mostly because it just didn't last on me. So it was just standing in my perfume closet, and what's the point? So I finally decided, okay, I'm sure there are lots of people who are after this discontinued scent. it needs to find a better home where somebody is really going to enjoy it and really going to use it. Okay, next let's talk about Mancera. I've kind of, I never had a huge Mancera collection. I think the most I've ever had from this house was 5, possibly 6. Can't remember exactly. But my collection now is down to 1 Mancera scent. That is because I've decided to part ways with 2 more. I just kind of, I don't know, sort of fallen out of love with this house at the moment. It happens. So the first one that left already is Royal Vanilla. And it is what it sounds like. It's a vanilla scent, It's really nice. It's a little bit boozy. It sort of has a little bit of kind of sparkly quality to it. I don't know. It's a beautiful vanilla scent. It really is. And yet I've never used it. I never used it. I have so many amazing vanilla scents that I reach for all the time. I never reached for that one. So I just thought, again, no point in keeping it. Another one that I still have, but it is definitely looking for a new home, is Holidays. Now, this one I've had for a long time. I think this was one of my, if not the very first Mancera that I purchased, and you can see that the bottle is pretty much full. And again, that's because I didn't use it. I love this scent in theory, yeah, I smell it now and I really like it. It's another one of those beachy suntan lotion type of scent. Yeah, I think there's a lot of like tiare or ylang ylang in here. That's what I get more than anything else. It's nice, but again, I never reached for it. And I have a few other scents that give me similar type of vibe. And again, there was just no point in keeping it. So this one is looking for a new home. And by the way, whatever bottles I still have at the time of this video coming out, I will put in the description, including a few more that I still have from a previous declutter. So if any of you are interested in purchasing them, then definitely, contact me. The best way is on Instagram, but you can also do that on YouTube or through an email that's always in my description. And let me know if you are interested in any of them. Okay, we're almost done. I think I have a few more that I still have, so I'll be showing you the bottles. And the next one comes in this really weird, unusual bottle. This is Maravilla from Bvlgari. I got this one on a really, really good deal. This was one of my sort of treasure finds at Marshall's, I think. And I never find anything good in there, but this one was for an amazing price. And I just thought, okay, I'm just gonna blind buy it. And the scent is nice. It's a really nice, fresh, summery scent. It's kind of orange blossom with a lot of citruses, where orange blossom is definitely not sweet. So it's a beautiful, fresh, floral, citrusy scent for the summer. Smells really nice, but I never use it. I never reach for it. Again, it might be one of those fragrances that I worn once. I mean, the bottle is really full. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but yeah, I don't use it. So yeah, there's no reason for it to stay. I mean, yes, the bottle is beautiful. And honestly, I've been keeping it for a while because of this beautiful, unusual bottle, but no, I can't do that. I have too many fragrances. So yeah, this one needs to go. Next, we have a fragrance from Chanel, and I resisted decluttering Chanel for a long time. Not that I have a lot of fragrances, I just have a few, to be honest, but even though I kind of have stopped using them for quite some time. I used to love Chanel. This was probably my favorite house back in the day before I had this massive collection. And since I started exploring so many other houses and so many other different fragrances, I kind of fell out of love with Chanel. And so a few fragrances that I have been standing there, and I didn't want to declutter them. I resisted it because I always felt you can't declutter Chanel. It's just such a classic. Every woman should have Chanel in her collection because it's just something you need to have. And again, I'm finally realizing those are just absolutely silly reasons. So the first one, I'm doing it slowly. The first one from Chanel that's going to go is Gabriel. It's a nice, again, kind of a floral, fruity, citrusy, slightly woody type of scent. Very feminine, very classy, beautiful, but I just never wear it. I never reach for this, and it's just standing there. You know, a little bit that I've used was originally when I got it, and then I just stopped using it. So yeah, this one is looking for a new home. And the last one for today is White Mimosa from Salvador Ferragamo. Now, again, I was holding on to this one because this is really kind of this hidden gem fragrance that I feel like nobody's talking about. This is from the private line of Salvador Ferragamo. Nobody is really talking about that line at all. And to be honest, I'm not very familiar with it either. This is the only one that I have, and the only one that I've tried. And so again, I was kind of holding on to it because it's this, you know, hidden gem, and it's a really nice scent. It's a little bit unusual for my collection. This is obviously heavily mimosa scent, as the name suggests, and it has a little bit of powderiness, sweetness, like floral type of sweetness. And to me, it even has a little bit of like suede or very, you know, kind of soft, very expensive type of leather at some points, but probably more suede. And so it's a really nice scent. I'm a fan of mimosa, but I think I was more a fan of this scent in theory. I love opening the cap and smelling it. I think it smells so unusual and so beautiful, but I don't want to wear it. I just don't want to wear this scent. It just doesn't. This one doesn't feel like me, you know, when I try wearing it, it just doesn't feel like me, like I'm an imposter wearing this scent for some reason. I don't know. So yeah, for that reason, this one is going as well. Okay, so I counted, and I think this is exactly 20 bottles. So yeah, that's it for now. I don't think there is anything else that I want to declutter at this moment, but you know, most likely I will later on in the year. Hopefully I won't have too many unsuccessful blind buys. I'm really trying not to blind buy too much, but you know, it still does happen. So please let me know if you've done any decluttering yet this year. Do you have plans for decluttering any fragrances? Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please remember to give me a thumbs up, to subscribe, and to comment. And I will see you soon in the next video. Bye.